Yes, guys, everything bite-sized here, back with another film review. I hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to be looking at the movie Withnail and I. It's a cult classic that many people haven't seen, but it's definitely worth watching. And it absolutely is so painfully British. But anyway, I'm going to suspend my thoughts until the end, and I'm going to go through a few of the top reviews on IMDb. This one is called British Filmmaking at its Best. Camden, 1969. Two unemployed actors, Withnail, Richard E. Grant, and I, Paul McGann, are facing up to the reality of an empty wine cellar and a harsh come down following a speed binge. Squalid living conditions and the prospect of life on the poverty line leads I, otherwise known as Marwood, to suggest a rejuvenating break in the Lake District. After Withnail manages to persuade his bizarre uncle, Monty, they take the Jag north for a taste of country life. Adapting to such an alien environment is an initial challenge to the highly strung Withnail. His predicament is significantly worsened following an altercation with a poacher. Meanwhile, Marwood is faced to concentrate his attentions to fending off the advances of the lecherous Monty, who has inconveniently come to stay. Following an awkward evening, the pair hurriedly return to London, and after a run-in with the Metropolitan Police, return to find Danny has made himself at home. Drugged rodents fill the oven while presumed Ed fills the bath, and Marwood is rescued from the mire. It seems he will crack the boards after all. Congratulations, Withnail says emptily, as he begins to contemplate life without his straight mate. Bruce Robinson deserves high praise for creating a rich, debauched world of weird thumbs, phenodihydrochloride benzolex, old suits, uncontaminated urine, and the Camberwell carrot. With the tightest of budgets, he brings the late 1960s to life. The script is incredibly witty and eminently quotable. Both Mary Selway and Bruce Robinson succeeded in bringing dialogue to life with an impeccable choice of actors. Richard E. Grant has never come close to his performance as Withnail. His drunken performances are remarkable. This is a film that will never be tarnished by age, and neither is it limited by repeat viewings. It is a very accessible film despite its largely British humour, and Withnail remains one of the best films about friendship. Certainly a one-off Withnail is a must-see film that will not disappoint. This next review is called Brilliant Brit Comedy. Strange to believe that Withnail and I, a film that is regarded today as one of the best British comedies ever made, flopped spectacularly on its initial release in 1987, and maybe it's not too easy to see why. In the late 1980s, the British film industry was in an absolute mire, and the very phrase itself, British film, made a homegrown audience roll its eyes and think of art house crap directed by Derek Jarman or Peter Greenaway. Any British film, no matter the genre or how good it was, always got tarred with the same brush in those days. Years later, Rolf Brown was asked, why is it a good film? To which he replied, because there's no crap bits in it, which simplified the truth. Withnail and I is a very rare type of British comedy since it has been developed to its utmost potential. All too often, British comedies of the last 20 years feel like they've been rush released before the script has been used to its full potential, but not with this comedy classic, because nearly every scene couldn't possibly be any funnier. Everyone has their favourite scene, like the one in the Irish bar or the tea room, or the one with the ball, but for me the standout scene has got to be the urine sample down at the police station. It's also interesting to note that it's a movie without any female characters, and feels both homoerotic and laddish at the same time. It also carries an emotional and poignant impact at the end, something all of us can relate to when our best friend finds a new best friend and we become quickly forgotten. All the cast are excellent, but Richard E. Grant is nothing short of superb, and it's probably his performance as much as Bruce Robinson's smart script. You could argue that because Withnail is a camp, self-centered, mincing thespian, Grant is playing an extension of himself, and while this may be true, he's certainly enjoyable to watch here. Ironically enough, I'd have thought he'd be brilliant as the title actor in Doctor Who, but it was co-star Paul McGann who got the role in the 1996 American TVM, and what a major disappointment he was. As it stands, both actors will probably be best remembered for their cracking roles in this movie. Yeah, those reviews summed it up good. The movie is excellent. It's so painfully British. It couldn't be more British. I've never seen a movie so British as this. And even though it's set in the 60s, I still feel like I can relate to a lot of it today, and I'm a millennial. And it seems like it's quite an accurate portrayal of a 60s drug fiend. And I wish I was there during these times, because it seems like a more simple time. And there seems like it's like seeing a snapshot of history. It's not like a portrayal of history, it's like actually being there. Like everything in the movie is tangible. You can almost feel it, smell it, taste it. It's amazingly written, amazingly directed, amazingly casted, and amazingly acted. It is so good, and it's a cult classic, and I cannot recommend that you watch it enough. You've been locked into Everything Bite Size. Check out my other content, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.